Gather close now, family. We've got a story to tell, and we need all of you to be a part of it. Welcome to campaign 6 or 7. Didn't mean to make that joke, but it happened. Of Whispers of the Dice. And we're calling this campaign Hymns of the Holler. I am Joe. Next to me is Megan. And we are going to be co-GMing this story based in the Old Gods of Appalachia system. We are brand new to this system. I think everybody here is. So if we mess anything up, please let us know, and we will do our best to correct it, but we're doing our best based on the source material that we read and understood ourselves. We're here playing today with Morgan, Eli, Jesse, Eve, and Hannah, who are all lovers and close friends of Appalachia. Cabro, West Virginia, 1865. A charismatic man in a new suit stands on a wooden crate in the center of town. He ain't from around here. The townsfolk can tell that from his talking, but they can't help but listen to what he has to say. With his hat in his hand, he begins.
Bro, listen well. The war is over. Not that it did anything for you, but things are going to change. The world is new. Railroads are popping up all over this land, New York to California, if you can believe it. But oh, Rome wasn't built in a day, folks. This country cannot grow without hard work. And trains can't run without coal.
Just 2 weeks after the speech concludes, 4 Cabro men will descend into the earth for the very first time.
I represent the Barrow and Lock mining conglomerate, and folks, I bring glad tidings. You're just sitting on fame and fortune. Look to the hills. Where does your help come from? It's just inside. Your little town has coal deposits like no one has ever seen, and folks, that might as well be gold.
They'll climb down, whistling as they go, their lanterns illuminating those mighty fine Barrow and Lock uniforms. They'll get to work. Their picks will strike the stone, and the sharp sound will ring out throughout the cavern.
This country is broken and war-torn. Many of you, I'm sure, are struggling, just like we are struggling in New York. There's only so much money the crops and the shops and the inn can bring in, I know. And that all that dependence on the weather for you farmers. Why, it's a scary business to be in. With our help, you can take control of Mother Nature.
But then they'll hear something else, too. Like a dog yelping when you step on its tail. It'll sound almost like... No, that can't be. It'll sound like the cave cried out. An awful, screaming, unearthly cry. And as the miners' ears fill with noise, and their minds fill with fear, their eyes will fill with shadows, and their hearts will fill with an uneasy absence. They'll feel alone. They'll feel empty. They'll feel nothing.
Mining ain't easy, I'll admit. But right now, you're farmers and you're shopkeepers, right? You don't stop providing when it gets hard, no siree. You folks value hard work. And it's high time you were paid well for it. Do this for your country. Keep the trains running. And your country will finally do something for you. Mining ain't easy. But the business of trains and coal and mines is a lively one. And your hard work will be rewarded handsomely.
And then they will become nothing. Blinded by shadows, deafened by screams, those 4 men will be helpless. As the ground begins to shake under their feet, they will scramble towards the light of day, desperately searching for something of green, something of God. but it'll all be for naught. The mine will collapse. And buried under the unbearable weight of the earth, those 4 men will die.
Rewarded handsomely. That's a Barrow and Locke promise.
65 years later, it's 1930. Cabro ain't much different. It's a small but bustling coal town with a population of just over 100. And though the rest of the world has gone to pot, you all can't really tell the difference, though they're calling it a depression. Aside from the B&L number 3 mine, which employs most of the able-bodied men in town, Cabro boasts a 2-story general store, takes scrip or tender, a small hotel and a church. Cabro's house of worship is the center of this community. There's even a brand new baseball field, built by Barrow and Locke in an attempt to placate workers and convince them that unionization is not necessary. The town is best known for the Oak Mountain Bluegrass Festival, hosted almost every year, where people can get foot-tapping food and fellowship for a $1 admission fee. Cabro is the sort of town where folks are proud of their hard work, kind to those who work beside them, and always eager to help a neighbor in need. Give or take.
This year, the Oak Mountain Bluegrass Festival is relying on the reunion of the Porchlight Singers, the Grimshaw family band. Once famous across the Mid-Ohio Valley, they split up 10 years ago after their Grammy, Ethel Jean, passed. If you ask Pappy, she's still alive, but it was the other members of the family who had to bury her. All of the Grimshaw kin put down their instruments and split up, moving away from Pappy and the farm. Everybody's hurting for money now, even beyond the so-called depression. And something tells me they might just let those country roads take them home for one final performance.
Y'all ready for this?
Oh, yeah.
Home. Down a winding dirt road, we come to lay eyes on Pappy's farm. A dip down from the road, a small, square, 2-story house with a gabled roof and an identical front and back porch, windows with wooden shutters, and a rocking chair out facing the road. A foot-trodden path to the front door, a cellar off to the side, a meager barn, a garden, and a wooden covering built to cover an automobile. Inside, if we were in there, we would see a small living room with a fireplace and wooden chairs around a round table, with a bench to put your boots down on and clean your shotgun. Downstairs is Pappy's bedroom under a space that ain't really supposed to be a room. It's just the space under the stairs that they throw a wall up under when they had too many babies. Past the living room is the kitchen, a mudroom, and a bathroom, and on either side, doors to side porches. Upstairs, there's a loft with 2 bedrooms, once holding 3 beds for 2 sons and 1 daughter, now with a mostly intact room left behind by Ginny, and what was Hattie's room, now a single twin-size bed, a large trunk, and an empty bassinet for Maggie. Hannah, where would we find Maggie in the early evening? And would you go ahead and describe and introduce your character for us?
Yeah, Maggie is the youngest of the Grimshaw family. It's Maggie Thompson now. She's returned home, young widow, heavily pregnant. She's about 7 months pregnant now. She just looks average, sweet young girl, somewhat curly, dirty blonde hair. Early evening, she's probably sitting on the porch, hot cup of tea, blanket wrapped around her shoulders.
You are sitting, you sit on the back porch, is that right?
Yeah.
Amazing. You're sitting there. And Maggie, it's my understanding that you've sent some letters recently. Is that true?
I have.
You have, hate to impose that all your characters did something, but that's sort of the premise of this campaign. You had received responses from all these people, and you are knowing to anticipate them. Is it early tomorrow morning is the dream. Anyways, talk to us a little bit about Maggie's mindset, knowing that these family members are coming back and Pappy has no idea.
Every time she thinks about it, her palms just get a little sweaty. She's really nervous. She spent most of today just wiping her hands on her clothes, trying to breathe. Um, she thinks it'll be fine. She hopes it'll be okay. Um, and she knows at the end of the day, even if it's not, she'd rather ruin everything now than live life never knowing.
So beautiful. As we see Maggie wiping her hands on like an apron you have left over from where you were helping to cook dinner, we drift our view away from the side porch, across the road to a little pond that sits on the other side. And Jesse, would you describe the old man that we see sitting on the dock, looking down at a alligator floating in the pond?
Of course. Silas Grimshaw, Pappy to most, stereotypical old man, especially with the body build. You can tell that he has worked a hard, long life, but the past couple, probably like 10 or so years, he's been enjoying a piece of cornbread here and now and again. Really, like, for those of you who've known him for a longer period of time, he was pretty much clean shaven for the most of his life, up until most recent years, where he started to let his beard grow out a little bit more. So it might be a little bit of a, for people that haven't seen him in a while, might not recognize him at first. Pretty thick, pure gray white hair. Wrinkles for days. He's got, yeah, I mean, he's just an old dude.
Awesome. And what's Pappy up to this early evening?
He's probably, like, if he's sitting out watching Sweetness, the alligator that is in the pond, he's probably just and every once in a while he's like sharpening with his like pocket knife, sharpening the blade on that, and every once in a while throw in like a piece of like lunch meat or something like that into the pond, just to hopes for Sweetness to get a little nibble.
Ridiculous. Amazing. Well, it's getting about sundown time. Is there anything else that you would want to do before you head back to the house?
I think after a while he picks up his things, kind of dusts himself off, takes a walk around the pond area just to make sure that nothing's out of the ordinary, even though he's made this trip and seen this pond millions of times in his lifetime. Nothing ever changes, but he takes a lap around the pond, looks for any weak spots, and goes back to the house.
Maggie, as you're sitting on the porch, you see Pappy make a circle around the pond. The pond's within eyesight of the side porch. You can see Pappy doing his little grunts and like tugging his pant legs up as he's walking around the pond, and he occasionally like kicks a rock just to see if it'll fall and that kind of thing. And then when he starts hobbling back, looks both ways, crosses the dirt road back into the front yard, and you can see him approaching up towards the side porch.
Pond still there? It's all doing okay? Hasn't left?
They're still there. I was checking to see if I could, and Sweetness hasn't been showing herself recently, and last time I went fishing up there's a few snapping turtles, and that's probably no good for the bluegill. I was just checking to see if I could find their nest. What did you do? It's getting pretty late. Probably should head inside.
Yeah, I was about to. I was just finishing my tea.
Well,
Making sure you weren't going to fall in.
oh, I ain't gonna fall in. Even if I do, I still got a few kicks left in me to swim back up.
Well, that's good. I don't think I'm going to be much help if you do.
Yeah, well, I'm gonna head in. My joints are getting must be getting the rain here pretty soon. Joints are getting kind of stiff. Don't stay out too long. Okay? I mean, you know that we don't
I
stay
won't.
out here, especially dark times.
I know.
Take care.
I know. Good night.
Pappy, you head inside, and I'll be with you in just a moment. But Maggie, sorry to ask you to introspect so much, but could you tell me, what does Maggie think of Grammy? The Grammy that lives here now.
Maggie tries not to, I think. She will do anything for Pappy. So she plays along, and I think somewhere deep down, even if it's true for him, I think it makes her feel better. Maybe it means that all that time she was away, he wasn't as lonely as she thought she left him.
Yeah. Okay. Well, interesting. Well, then we'll follow Pappy as the door slams shut behind him. We go inside, and earlier, you had asked Pappy, you had asked Grammy if she wanted to go down to the pond with you, and she said that she wasn't feeling well. She wanted to go lie down, so she's already in bed for the night. But would there be anything else that either one of you would do before you go to bed tonight?
I think Pappy just kind of goes around the house and checks all the doors, make sure they're locked pretty well. Just securing the area before he heads to bed. Maybe grabs another piece of cornbread before bed.
Awesome. Maggie, you waddle up the stairs. Pappy, you duck under your not high enough ceiling, and you guys go to bed. It's early-ish the next morning. Church at the Cabro House of Worship. It's not Sunday morning. Cabro House of Worship service don't start until 11, but probably 8 a.m. now. And we see a busy-looking young woman crest over the hill as she's walking down the dirt road, holding her bag in one hand, and approaching her father's front door. Eli, would you please describe Hattie for us as she crests this hill, and in the early morning light, you still see the dim remains of the lantern that Pappy had hung on the porch.
Well, Hattie is hurrying as usual, not because she's late, just because she's nervous. Hattie is 53 years fun. She's sort of gaunt. She's got these glasses that she needs to have had repaired, but who's got the time really? And she's got sort of strawberry blonde hair that has started to go a little bit more blonde than strawberry, she likes to say, at the temples, pulled back into sort of a tight bun on the back of her head. She's wearing a woolen sort of waistcoat that she always wears. Just because she's so rail thin that she's always a little bit cold. And yeah, she's shuffling over the hillside and I guess sees that the lantern is still on and kind of picks the pace up a little bit, hoping that she can catch some people there.
Yeah. It's a foggy morning. You get up to the front door. What does Hattie do? You know where the extra key is. You also know Pappy might not have even locked it. who walks her house out in the country. And guess there's always knocking.
I think this was her home for so long. It feels bizarre to knock. So I think the first thing she's going to do is try the door before
Would
she
Pappy have
bothers
locked
with the
the door
key.
last night?
Last night he did, but like whenever he gets up in the morning, he like probably goes through and expecting company. So
Would Pappy and Maggie be up by 8 a.m.?
Happy definitely would.
Yeah, I got a nod from Maggie as well. So then before Hattie does anything, what are you two doing by 8 a.m.?
I think if they have church at 11, Maggie's probably eating breakfast. I don't know if Pappy would eat with her or not, but she set out a plate for him.
I think Happy
Set out a plate for Ethel? She said yeah.
I think Happy would have gotten up around like 6 or so, like very crack of dawn, and went out to the do we still have livestock? Or no?
You're in charge.
All right, well, I don't know. Probably went out to the chicken coop to grab a few eggs and just do some farm chores. Probably too old to be doing that, but he does it anyway. He comes up and lays the items for breakfast in the kitchen area, but he doesn't really. He kind of expects other people to make breakfast for him. But yeah, that's what he's been up to. Just kind of eating breakfast with Maggie and
Awesome. So you guys are sitting at the table. Round dining room table. 2 chairs next to each other, 1 empty chair across. Still with a plate full of food in front of that empty chair. Maggie and Pappy eat. Try just idle morning chatter. Maggie, Pappy, give me an intellect check. And Hannah, roll an intellect check to combat it.
a 17.
11.
Oh, yeah. Hey, Pappy, she's been weird since she got back. I mean, just compared to how she was when she was 14 versus now, she's been weird the last 4 months. Real skittish and jumpy and just not the Maggie you're used to. She's being real extra weird this morning, just super nervous and skittish.
Feel like eyes are on you, Maggie? What's been going on in your head?
Oh, I think just a little more nervous for church today than normal.
That pastor can have an opinion or two. Ethel, pipe down.
Yeah.
Eat your food. It's gonna get cold. I'm sorry.
No, you. All right. Abby, how would you feel about having maybe some company over
I don't
sometime soon?
know about that. You know how Ethel gets. She gets all angsty with people. She you know how she's not been feeling the best. Just don't-
Yeah, I know. I think the people I have in mind though, she might be okay. How's the food? Is good?
Ain't too bad. Where'd you learn how to cook like that? Did Ethel show you a thing or two?
Yeah, I mean, no better cook around to teach me, I think.
Hear that? You still got it, baby.
And right as Pappy says that, You hear as the doorknob does open, and Hattie, if it opens, are you coming in?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Then you see the doorknob, and the heavy front door swings open. Boots step on inside. Well, probably socked feet. She'd take off her boots, I'm sure.
Oh, on the porch. Yes, I do not track that in the house.
Step up inside, and we pan up over that waistcoat you'd recognize anywhere. Pappy, it's been a while. I mean, how long has it been since Hattie's visited?
You asking me? You cut out for me. What'd you say?
Yeah, Joe, you cut out for a second.
Oh, I thought. Sorry, silly me. How long has it been since Hattie visited last?
I think she comes by I think like once a month is the agreement. As of now, I mean, it has become more frequent. It was not that way to begin with, but I think once a month if she can get a ride to town.
Well, Pappy, it's not the 1 month time. You're about a week shy, but been 3 weeks, and Hattie's here.
At first, when the door, flies open, he kind of startled a little bit, maybe like drop his fork. But once he sees that it's Hattie, he kind of looks like, "Oh, we don't want any." He's like a little smile.
Oh, I'm sure you will when you see what I brought. Sorry for startling everybody. Maggie, look at you. Anyway, okay, so I've got I got a blueberry cobbler. Don't eat any for breakfast. Obviously, you'll spoil your stomach. Speaking of which, I also have this jar. I made a jar of mint and licorice tea. It's going to be good for your digestion. It's going to be good for the headaches and the cramps and stuff. So I'm going to set that in the ice box, okay? But that's for later. Also, there's Mr. Scarpelli over in Beach Lick made a bunch of venison jerky, and he sent some over. But I'm going to put that... Daddy, where do you want me to put all this stuff? Is there room in the ice box for it? Do you need me to go into town and get you ice?
It's fine. It'll be fine. Go ahead and put it in the icebox.
Okay. All right. Well. Hi, Maggie.
Hi, Auntie Hattie. How are you?
I am phenomenal. How have you been?
Well, pregnant.
Well, I would say so. What's She kind of like accidentally eyes the chair with the food sitting in front of it. How's everybody else doing?
Good. They're doing good. Eating breakfast before it gets cold. Let me get you a plate. And she'll do
Oh,
the
no,
pregnant
honey, don't.
stand up.
No. And I gently, but I'll put a hand on your shoulder and be like, honey, no, I know where everything is. I'll take care of it. Okay. You sit down and
Alright.
enjoy your breakfast with your pappy. Okay.
All right.
Goes over to just pure instinct, grabs the mixing bowl, grabs a couple of eggs, starts the skillet going, and is just making her own plate. Anybody want seconds?
I'm more than stuffed, thank you.
Fair enough. More for me.
Amazing. Yeah, so everybody's kind of catching up. They haven't seen each other in a few weeks now. And, you sit down, you pull up one of those chairs that's in the living room, because, when do you ever need more than 3 chairs? And you pull it in, you guys start eating, chatting a little bit, catching up. And we'll cut outside for just a moment. First, all the way over at the train station in Glamorgan, as we see a young woman step off of the train back into Glamorgan, which will soon turn into her hometown after a little walk. Hasn't been here in about 11 months. 10 months. Morgan, would you describe Ginny for us and tell us what she's up to as she gets off the train?
Sure. Well, Ginny is a very Let's see, 32-year-old woman. Deep auburn hair, probably lightly pinned back. Got some waves coming down out of it. My guess is if she was traveling on a train, she probably did bother to wear a skirt, but first chance she gets would probably be in breeches. And that pretty much sums up Ginny. She moves with an air of confidence, I think, in general. Though quiet. Yeah.
You drag yourself in your item trunk, suitcase, whatever you might have, through Glamorgan, eventually making your way to downtown Cabro, turning tail to walk down that winding dirt road, way down out in the country. And after a while, once you crest this final hill, you see that very same thing. It's probably 8:30, 8:45 now, and you see the lantern still on the porch, dying out in the foggy morning light. What do you do?
Probably keep pace. I probably move through Cabro as fast as possible. There are some folks I'm not going to run into. Continue my way up to the porch. I'm assuming the back porch. That's where everybody goes in, right? And moment of pause before I open the door, because this was home. I'll just open the door, but it's always a little hard coming back, and it's usually only Christmas just to say hello and to move on through. So take a breath and turn that doorknob.
If you're coming in through the back porch, when you do open it, you're looking straight through the mudroom, and you can see one of the dining room chairs. And sitting in that dining room chair is Maggie. And so Maggie, Pappy and Hattie are talking about something, and Hattie's probably trying to force him to take some tonic or supplement that would just do him wonders. And you are kind of the only one that pays any attention, and you look over to see Ginny open the door and kind of be halfway in it, holding her stuff. And it's been probably 10 months since you've seen her. Well, no, way longer than that for you.
Way longer.
You see Ginny, who looks older, more mature, beautiful as ever. And Ginny, you see a grown woman who you guess must be Maggie. But you guys haven't.
I'm gonna slip off those boots because leave them in the mudroom. And an expectant look. Maggie.
Maggie's gonna look at the rest of the table, go, I'll be right back. And she's gonna get up as fast as she can and like wobble over to the mudroom. Ginny, how are you?
Good. Oh my god. You. Oh, it's just gonna be a face, and I'm gonna touch. Oh, can I put my hand on your belly?
Of course, go right on ahead.
Oh my gosh. And the biggest hug possible. I can't believe how you look. How are you?
Every day's a new day, but we're making it. How have you been?
Yeah, about the same. How's everyone else?
About as good as I left them.
Daddy, it's just turmeric tea. It's not gonna kill you.
I don't want it.
Oh, Hattie's here.
Yeah, haven't mentioned anything to Pappy yet, but well, Daddy should be coming back too. And he don't know that you're here either.
All right. Well, this should get real interesting, huh?
Hopefully not too interesting before 11.
And as she says that, Hattie, you hear, Pappy's hearing it and all that good, but Hattie, you hear Maggie's either talking to herself or somebody's in there.
I think the very brief passing thought in the back of her head is, oh no, Maggie's playing into this whole
Yeah.
Ethel thing a little too hard. But then, no, there is another voice back there. And so, of course, just by default sneaks toward a conversation. And so it kind of like peers around the corner and then like, can't not gasp.
You see Jenny, who, I mean, you guys would have seen each other last Christmas, because I assume Hattie would have been back, so it's been about 10 months. You see Jenny's here.
Well, hello, Miss Jenny.
Hi, Auntie.
Hi. Well, how are you?
I'm good. I traveled well. How are you?
Well, I'm just living to tell about it. I made more than I was gonna eat. So there's a plate for you already if you want it. Do you need help putting the bags away? Here, I'll put this up in
No,
spare bedroom.
no. I got it.
Come on now. Let me be generous. Come on, get. Well, how's
Pappy, who the hell's talking in your mudroom?
Eventually, it's like at first he like kind of keeps to himself and just like continuing to eat, like he does not
Continues
care.
eating.
He's like, I told you I didn't want no damn company. I would see who it is. He gets up and he sees like, what the hell? What are you guys doing here?
And she's about 2 months too early. She normally only comes once a year at Christmas.
Get your gift yet?
I am the gift, Pappy. How are you?
Oh,
I'm holding up. I'm just taking care of Ethel. You know what it is.
I know. Do you mind if I step on in?
Hey, it's a home for all.
And before Hattie can even try, Jenny's got her bags, and she's gonna walk them purposefully through the room.
fine.
Take them upstairs.
Yeah, Jenny, you head upstairs. And again, it's like you go up the staircase, there's a railing right here, and on the other side, there's a bigger loft room that once was shared by Sydney and Junior. Through a door on the left, you have to walk through the boys' room to get to what was Hattie's room for a million years. That big loft room, when your pa died, and Junior was already moved out by then, that became Jenny's room, and that's where she stayed until she moved away. Through that back room when Hattie left, and eventually Maggie came back. That back bedroom's now Maggie's, but yeah, you walk up and, Jenny. You walk upstairs. It's like a frozen time capsule in here. And you get the same feeling every time you come back. And it's just like, I'm only going to be here for a few days. Why change anything? But there's, your double bed, probably some drawings or maybe school flyers or something like that on the wall. You see like a big chest of drawers, and that if you stay up here too long, if you turn that way, back on the wall that you're walking past, that your back's towards, that Jack's football jacket's going to be hanging there. So, unless you choose to look, you can certainly put your bag down and leave without ever looking at it.
I believe I will do just that. Because when I come through, I stay with Aunt Hattie. Jenny stays with Hattie. So she has not been up here. She avoids it. So I'm going to take about 2 steps in, set that bag down, and just back on out.
Back right up. Amazing. You guys head back downstairs. Jenny joins the breakfast. Pappy, what are you thinking now? Hattie and Jenny showing up off schedule?
At first, he's excited because he likes to see people that he hasn't seen in a while, especially family. But after a while, after some time has passed, he gets kind of like antsy and kind of like uptight, and he's like, I'm gonna. Ethel needs to lay down for a little bit, so if y'all excuse me, she didn't expect all this, and I just need to and get her calmed down a little bit. And he takes her to like the bedroom. Lay her down.
You walk in. Ethel hasn't said anything since the kids arrived. Sometimes she'll talk around Maggie, but she's just gotten real awful shy since Maggie moved back in, and she talks to you when you're in private, but she doesn't talk a lot when Maggie's around. And she definitely hasn't said a word since Hattie and Ginny got here. But she follows you into your bedroom and sits down on the edge of the bed. And would you say anything to her?
Enough space. Helps a lot, especially since you've not been feeling too well. But take some rest, and maybe in a few hours you'll feel inclined to, well, I don't know, have a conversation or two. Anything you want.
I know. I'm all right, Silas. I think it's just one of my headaches again. No, I'll just rest. You go talk to them, and I'll just I'll just be here. I just need to rest. I can't take all that company anymore.
Oh, it can get pretty loud sometimes, especially Hattie. You can.
Oh, I know.
He's always been like that. Well, I mean, okay, well, you need anything, holler. I'll see to that. You're welcome.
And while Pappy is having this conversation, while they're in the bedroom having this conversation, everyone is startled by a noise around 10 a.m. this morning. And when he's still outside, I'll back up just slightly so Eve has this moment, but when he's still outside, we see a middle-aged man walking down a dirt road from the opposite direction that Hattie and Ginny arrived from. And Eve, would you describe what Junior's up to and what he looks like for us?
Well, Junior, is taking his slow steps down the dirt road. To anybody who would, take a glance at him from far away, they would not recognize him if they knew who he had been. They would at first probably think he's one of the company men or something, because Junior's dressed in almost a spiffy-looking three-piece suit. Dark, maybe a black suit with a pocket watch. He's grown out his hair a little bit more, a bit of beard scruff. But one glance at the face, if anybody walked a little closer up, they could see, the deep-set eyes, the Grimshaw family resemblance. They would be able to see that the outfit's not as spiffy as appears from far away. There are a bit tatters, some frays. He's holding kind of a beat-up little leather briefcase, and he's making his way down the road, not moving at a very quick pace, almost leisurely, like he has to soak everything in, like it's been, 10 years since he's seen these trees, been on this road.
Mm-hmm. And Junior, you crest that hill. See that porch light as it finally has extinguished and turned from light to smoke. And the fog's beginning to clear up as we go from about 10 a.m. now. And does Junior just walk straight in?
No, he stops on the porch, because this is a familiar memory to him, stopping on this porch. Last time he turned around and walked away. He'll stop for a second. This time he'll lean forward and his hand will hover over the doorknob, the door handle, holding tight on that briefcase, kind of steady himself, and then he'll go in.
And we cut inside as Pappy's still back in his bedroom with Ethel. Jenny, Hattie, Maggie. you all hear a creak from the back door this time as you all turn your heads and you see exactly what you described. A man that looks like he might be a company man at first glance, but by looking, it sure is Junior Grimshaw. And Junior, you see, oh my god, your sister, recognizable immediately, but a good 10 years older now. Ginny, the same thing. I mean, clearly 10 years older. And then you see, again, a grown woman that must be your daughter. Based on that letter you got. And the eyes and the hair that it hurts you how much she looks like Cora May with short hair. And that big baby bump. You know that must be Maggie.
Junior takes a step forward. He does not take off his shoes, his leather shoes. He leaves those on, tracking a little bit of mud and dirt into the mudroom in the kitchen. He tries to think of something interesting to say when he sees all these people, but 10 years is a long time. So he tries a little bit of well, your life with the party's back. But it doesn't quite, the delivery doesn't quite work as well as he hoped. And he kind of looks at, he looks at each face in turn. First at Hattie, his sister. Then at Ginny. And finally his gaze settles on Maggie. And she's the first one that he says anything else to. And he starts to say something like, Maggie, you look, well, you're grown.
I think Maggie, she opens her mouth to say something, but can't quite form the words. And she just crosses the kitchen and hugs him.
And he'll hug her back. It's strange for a second. I mean, it's been 10 years since he's seen Maggie. So it's a bit stiff at first. He kind of is like, but he drops the briefcase and he gives her a hug back, kind of awkwardly trying to maneuver around, the pregnant belly, but he gives her a hug. He's looking over her shoulder at the rest of his family, minus Pappy, and nods a hello at each of them.
Junior, when you hug your daughter and you have her in your arms, and you're trying to make the hug work even with the belly, you can't help but have the briefest of flashbacks to when it was Cora May in your arms and Maggie in that belly. And then it's back again and it's Maggie, and you nod hello to Hattie and Ginny.
Long time no see, as he says, and he pulls away. He kind of sizes each of them up, see what 10 years difference has made. Well, how's it been?
I would thank you very kindly to remove your boots so as not to track any dirt into the kitchen. Please, Junior.
Just this one time. And he does, slowly, one at a time. But he walks back to the mudroom, leaving more mud that way. And then he'll take off one at a time, and he comes out in his soft feet.
Oh, that tracks. Literally. Okay. Goes to get a broom.
I was going to say, Ginny actually, in order to try to avoid any of the awkwardness, was already standing to try to find a broom to take care of that, just to give herself something to do. And so as she stands to look for a broom, she just says, Junior.
Ginny, you look well.
Thank you. You look, different.
Well, 10 years makes a big difference for all of us.
What is that suit?
Oh, I got this one from some kind of community store. It's been serving me well. But, it's a bit dark for a homecoming. I might need to change it up a little bit. I don't know. What do you think?
Think I'm going to sweep up this dirt. And she just like
Avoiding the weird uncle conversation at the family gathering. I mean, Pappy, you finish up this conversation with Ethel. She's going to stay in the bedroom. You kind of back up out of there. Shut the door. And at first, all you see is Ginny sweeping up some dirt. And then you take a half step more into the living room, so the archway is completely in your vision. And then, by God, it's your son wearing a suit with his back to you. And now you know something's up.
I think he walks ever so slowly to like the edge of the archway. I'm assuming everyone is like in this general area, like the kitchen, bedroom / area. As with Junior still, back facing me, he kind of like loudly talks, trying to hush the conversations held amongst you guys, and what's going on? It's one thing. I see her every once in a while, and you can't get rid of her, even if I tried. Ginny was not surprised, but what's going on?
I think Maggie's gonna try and turn on like her sweet, like I'm the baby charm, and she's gonna turn to face him, and she's gonna like be slowly rubbing her belly bump and just go, well, it's getting that time, and I think, I just missed having the whole family here, and I know holidays aren't yet, but I thought it might be nice for us to see everyone.
Nice is a way to put it. Surprised, I would say. There's no other reason to meet besides just meeting. Make yourselves at home.
Does Junior say anything?
Yeah, he does. After Pappy says that, Junior looks at his paw, and the first thing he thinks when he's looking at him face on is how old he looks. Like Junior said, 10 years makes a difference, but I mean, there's a difference between the difference it makes for Maggie, Ginny, even Hattie. Then in Pappy, he just looks so old. And that's something that shocks Junior almost as much. Well, actually not really that much, because Junior would like, a nice greeting from his paw, but clearly that's not going to happen. So Junior will look at him, and after, the initial shock has worn off, he'll look at him and say, "Pa, not even a greeting for your prodigal son?"
He like walks up, like it's close to your face and just, boy, where'd you get the suit? What corpse did you steal it off?
Pa, community thrift, not much of a corpse.
Yeah. Need a haircut.
Quite like this style, actually. Pretty easy to maintain.
Might be easy to maintain, but as far as the women, they don't typically like long hair, but men, maybe that's why another reason my companion Cora left you.
I am going to take the spatula and kind of whack it on the table just to startle everybody. Daddy. Change of conversation. Junior, 2 eggs over easy.
You remember the order.
That I do.
What is Junior's facial reaction when Pappy says that about Cormay?
I think that Junior would have expected this if he had been mentally prepared, but it's been a while. But he I think he can staple it down to just a quick raise of the eyebrows, and then he fixes his face. And after Hattie's comment about the eggs, he looks back at his pa and he's like, "Well, Pa, I was about to ask who's been cutting your hair. There's not much of it left."
Silver tongue, boys. Must know hasn't been strong enough recently to the haircut that she usually gives me, but I do it myself. I know it's no work, but I typically, when I'm out and about, which is not very often, wear a hat, so it works out for me.
All right, Pa. Salt and pepper on those eggs, Hattie, if you would.
It turns around and the plate is already prepared. There's a little sprig of thyme on top of the... Yeah. I was curious if you'd be interested to eat out on the porch just for old time's sake. Maybe have a little bit of ketchup. Catch up, not ketchup. I will not put ketchup on your eggs.
Well, I
What are
wouldn't
you
be
saying?
opposed.
To everyone or just Junior?
I think just Junior.
Well,
Jun-
Junior says that. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah.
Sarah.
Yeah, Junior nods, takes the plate. Smells good. He's hungry. He hasn't had these in a while. He's not the best cook, so he looks at Hattie and says, "No, I wouldn't be opposed."
All right, I'll fetch us a couple cups of tea. I'll be out there. 2 shakes, okay?
All right.
Pa, I was thinking maybe if you and I had eat fast enough, mighty fine suit you got. In fact, I think all of us are just mighty fine today. Fine enough maybe for everyone to go to church. Should be starting soon.
Well, Maggie, it's been a while since I've been to one of those for just straight up preaching and singing and holy revival, but I don't know. I'd do it for you today.
Well, color me
I appreciate
impressed.
that.
But I'm sitting in the
And
back.
everyone else? That's fine. Everyone else? As
If
well?
everyone else is gone, I would not miss a Sunday.
You know,
Well.
I love you, but you have to. People just don't have the strength nowadays. You
Happy,
are.
you see your son roll his eyes and your daughter look like she's biting back a comment.
Maggie's gonna
You don't-
like dip her head down, pretending that she's holding back tears. Yeah, that's it's fine, Pappy. Of course.
Pappy, what if you come with us and we ask the pastor if he'd come do a visit? Has he been out?
Ed wouldn't like that. She hasn't been too keen of visitors. This is a lot. That's why she's in the room taking a rest right now.
Well, yeah, and Pastor Buddy can be kind of a chatterbox sometimes too. And that's me saying that.
It doesn't have to be the pastor. It could be. It might be nice. We haven't all been together like this in a while. I'll walk with you.
You all have fun. I'll tell you what. You tell me what that pastor was speaking on today, and get back. crack open my word and I'll do a little deep dive myself. If it will make you happy. I have to stay with my.
No,
I
Jesse
can tell
only
you
asked.
right now, it's Matthew chapter 23 if you want to get a head start.
Jesse, I gotta ask. Is there any world or any amount of persuading they can do in the next 10 minutes that would make Pappy go?
It's not living in this house.
Doesn't matter what y'all do. Pappy's headed back to his room. Sit with his love. He goes. But you know, then you're all walking out. I think Hattie heads out the door first. Maggie and Junior are close behind. I'll be with you all in a second. Jenny, as you're heading out the front door, you're the last one out, getting ready to kind of close the door behind you. And you kind of glance over to Pappy's door, still cracked, and you can see him kind of half leant over the bed, and he's shakily adjusting a quilt over a person that's not in his bed. And you get this strangest flashback to walking the other way back in and hearing Pappy talk to no one in his bedroom right after Ethel died. And it's up to you if you do anything with that, but you kind of glance over and you can't help but take note of Pappy as you're about to walk out the door.
I think I will take note. I'll leave him to it. But as I actually step through the door, I'm gonna turn around and see if the horseshoe's still there, and kind of just take a look for. I'm being very Ginny. Is there anything that I could do to sort of take a little bit off of Pappy? Is there something, a nail that could be pounded back in? Because I don't know what else to do. And under my breath, as I walk off the porch, I just say, "Oh, Graby, if you're here, we could use some help." And that's that.
Step off the porch and off to kind of do a half skip to catch up with everybody else. Hattie is leading the charge, leading everybody down the dirt road to Cabro House of Worship. Cannot be late. That's so embarrassing. If you're not early, you're late. And as I'll let Hattie talk in just a moment, but as Hattie's saying whatever she might be saying or talking to whoever she might be talking to, Junior and Maggie, you find yourselves walking side by side for just a moment. Come in. Good night. That was Ethel. You guys see, you see, no, my watch is dying. You see Junior and Maggie, you guys end up sided up beside each other for just a second. Because Junior has a real slow, leisurely pace, and Maggie's very pregnant. So you guys are both walking a little slower than Hattie's striking purpose. And both of you kind of have the briefest little memory of the walk to and from your house every day to either walk Maggie to school or to drop her off at Grammy's. And it's just this walk back in reverse. Pick her up, eat dinner at Grammy's house, and then walk back home. Would you two say anything to each other?
I think Junior would, a little chit chat as they're walking.
Lay down.
There would be
Lay
a very visible area of space. Like they're not walking with shoulders touching together, like he's leaving some space. Because, 10 years ago still, he never got a goodbye. And he's thinking about it. He's not bringing it up, but he's thinking about it. But first thing that comes to mind is not something witty he could say, or even a question to ask, Maggie about what she's been up to all this time. Clearly, she's been up to something. But instead, he kind of nods his chin up to the front of the family line at Hattie, and he says she's always been one to want to get somewhere fast and quick, isn't she?
I didn't mind too much when I was 14, but 24 and pregnant. This is quite awful.
Well, I'll walk slow. We can keep each other's pace.
I'd like that.
So, you come here often?
Besides the past couple months, not normally.
How's it
You
been?
know, I got a whole.
Oh,
It's been fine. Pappy's happy. Definitely weird. Going from having a whole other life back to this one. But I don't mind. Not at all.
you know, I got your letters. I did. I don't know how you got them all to me. Half the time I didn't know what
I
city I was
got a whole phone book. I'd call the motels wherever I thought you'd be going next.
in. You must have racked up a big phone bill.
I wasn't the one paying for it.
That's my girl. Well,
That's really good.
Maggie.
Oh, y'all keep walking onto church. Oh, that's my girl for racking up a phone bill. It's so crazy. And what's Hattie doing on this walk?
I think whether anyone is paying attention or not, she is kind of catching people up on what has changed in town since everyone has been together. They just put in a new tower at the radio station. I mean, I tell you, even on that big old shift robe of a thing that we've got on, in the back of the cabin. I don't know, actually, Ginny, I don't know if I've showed you that yet, but I mean, it comes through clear as crystal. I mean, it's just like it's like Rob Willis is just sitting right there on the porch playing banjo with you. It is. Anyway, town hall. I think they still need to wash the con, and just on and on and on.
Yeah. Really never stop talking. Like you're sharing that like the Lambert triplets just graduated, and so like the schoolhouse population, that's monumental when 3 kids graduate all at once. And but don't worry, there's a few Underwood kids from a few Underwood's grandkids that are joining all at the same time, and so it all sort of balances out. And blah 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 blah. And you're just talking. And as we get into town and get to going up this little hill where the church is, you guys see other families are starting to head that way as well. And before we enter into church and meet some NPCs and see what everybody's up to, let's take a little bathroom break. You guys, Megan, this is your part. So
Here,
you guys
I'm here.
walk up the hill, see a big square church, beautiful steeple like the one behind Megan, and
And I actually, as Ginny, like, she kind of got swept up in Hattie, right? Hattie's been talking to her, and suddenly she realizes exactly what she's about to do. And there's a moment of pause, and she's like, I don't know, I don't feel so good about leaving Pappy there by himself. Maybe, this isn't my church anymore. Maybe I should go back and sit with Pappy.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. You know what? Yeah, I think that's a real good idea, Ginny. Yeah, I'll give Pastor Buddy your best regards, and if they got any of those little sweet rolls in the fellowship hall, I'll bring you a couple, okay?
I would do just fine with a peppermint from your purse.
Oh, well, here, take 2. One's for you, one's for a friend.
And my guess is Ginny probably turns around to actually walk back, and because they're slow behind her.
you run straight into Maggie and
Maggie.
Junior heard the peppermint for a friend. He says, "Can I be the friend?"
All right, Uncle Junior.
Jen, where you going?
Well, I just thought, Pappy, I hate leaving him by
Maggie
himself.
her arm with Ginny's.
But I guess I have not seen you in even longer. So, hey, Hattie, why don't you come tell me
man.
all about what's been going on in the church, please? And I would happily sit between you and Maggie.
Well, oh, sure. Yeah, the adventure.
You have to tell me. I'm just trying to get her to talk to me so that I don't have to listen to anything else.
Yeah.
Oh, I think
And-
Hattie understands the assignment. Eli is preparing.
Okay. The three women are kind of linked arm in arm. Maybe Junior links his arm. I don't know, whatever. Or walks in behind them, whatever it is.
He's eating a peppermint.
Junior's energy walking to, like, does he walk in like he thinks he's supposed to be there? Kind of head hanging, or what's up?
I think it's just for Junior, this is a whole different vibe. I mean, to anyone else who's taken a glance at him, this is just a random man that happens to be escorting the Grimshaw women. I think he's got his briefcase with him still. And so he's holding on tight to that. And then he's just marching behind, not really head hanging, but not like happy to be here. Just kind of going along.
I love the assumption.
He's still in that god-awful suit?
Yeah, never changed.
I love the assumption that Junior thinks no one's going to recognize him. He's like, I'm so different now. Yeah, well, you guys, I would imagine Maggie and Hattie don't seem all that strange or different. I'm sure they've been here many times, even since they left. Ginny, we see some anxiety from you, but you're kind of hoping to get your ear talked off so that nothing too crazy happens. Well, you guys walk in through the back double doors. Church hasn't started yet. You got about 15 minutes. Pews leading up to the front to this round pulpit, where you can see Pastor Buddy Moon is standing up there talking to a few people. Megan, would you tell us a little bit about who's milling around?
Yeah, so pretty much everyone in town on your little NPC list comes to church on Sunday morning. As you walk in, there's, two main sort of columns down of pews, and most people are up near the front. They take up about, I don't know, the people are mainly in the front 8, sort of on these long pews. You see Pastor Buddy Moon at the front, and he's talking with Joshua Lambert, one of the triplets. They like to talk about pastoral things, and you see the pastor's family's on the front row. That's his wife and his 2 kids, the Moon family. They're sitting, they're talking, and the rest of the Lamberts are on the other front row on the other side. I do want to ask where the Grimshaw's pew is, but I'll get there. You see Miss Levelina Walden, who is a very old woman now, but she was some of your Sunday school teachers, taught many of you in the Christmas play. She's walking around. She's with a young man you don't know, who seems to be new in town. Maggie and Hattie, if you've been here more often than not, you would know that this is Arthur, her grandson. He's also the new deputy in town. And they're sitting with Pine Bledsoe, the town doctor, and the Sullivans, which are your cousins. That's Ethel's family, are sitting on another pew, and everyone's up and talking. The Underwoods and their friend Virgil Caldwell are sitting near the back, and there's a whole passel of Underwood children to wrangle on that back row. And then next to them are the Bakers and the Cosbys. There's a whole passel of Cosby children as well, though they're, all the Cosby children you knew have grown and now they have children, so lots of little babies over there. Yeah, and everyone's sort of milling about. And as you walk in through the door, just behind you, coming from the other way, is the Payne family. They're all here. They're looking nice. Jed Payne leads the pack, followed by his son Levi, his wife Viola, used to be Viola Baker, now she's Viola Baker Payne. And following them is Wyatt and Maud, their children. You know these folks, and they're awful. as you all come in, Jed sort of catches sight of you and he says, "Well, my goodness. It's the whole Grimshaw family. What are y'all doing here? Silas die?"
Blessed morning to you, brother. Just breeze past him. Sort of, if we're still arm in arm, I'm just kind of like tugging people along.
And Junior's 4 steps behind with peppermint in his mouth.
Junior, do you walk forward too? Because as you do, I think Levi Payne catches your eye and goes, "What are you doing here, Junior Grimshaw? And
Yeah.
what are you wearing?"
He's a couple of steps behind, still sucking on the peppermint. But when Levi makes a move to talk to him, he hears that. He's like, "Well, Levi, I made something of myself in every state they've got, and I figured it was time to come back home and see what's going on around here now."
Made what of yourself? A nuisance?
Well, you should have heard of me by now, but clearly you must not get out enough to hear all what I've been up to. Famous salesman for one, pro fighter for another, but that's a story for another time, not in the church, so.
Oh, I suppose not. I don't get out too much, you're right. I like to stick around town where the family is, take good care of them. I like to, keep an eye on them. And Viola is right next to him, and her arm is in his arm, and he sort of takes her arm tighter and pats his wife's arm and says, "At least I can, at least I know where they're at." And he'll go to sit down on their pew.
Junior watches him go, and he shakes his head. He saves his words for later. He's gotten a little bit more experience doing that since their schoolboy years. So he files in. I guess they stick him on the end.
Yeah, talk to me about the pew situation. Where is the Grimshaw pew? How are y'all sitting?
I'd like to think that we sit opposite the Paynes. Like the rows
Yeah,
in the
I have
middle, we
that,
sit
and-
across from them.
Yeah,
100%.
exactly. Perfect. Amazing. Oh, perfect. Then, yeah, do you all go to your pew? Do you have anyone to talk to before you sit down? People are still milling about. There will be some more people to come and talk to you, but does anyone want to look for someone specific?
I not to talk to him, but I am keeping an eye out for for a certain man of the law. Just so I can kind of squeeze someone's hand if I need to.
And
Well,
I am
yeah.
very carefully not looking for anyone.
Yeah, perfect. Then, Ginny, as you sort of try to get past the Paynes, you might hear Maud Payne go, "Oh my God, she done come back? Hope she ain't looking for that sheriff of hers." And as you sort of try to wiggle past them and get to your pew, in the pew behind yours, that's normally yours, is where the Price family usually sits. And sort of as you're trying to kind of head down, get your way to your pew, Miss Sybil Price kind of stands up at the right moment and nearly runs into you. And if you recall, that is Jack's mother. And she goes, "Oh my, Miss Ginny, I'm so sorry. I nearly run you over."
Oh, it's so good to see you. How are you?
"Oh well, I'm doing well. The old seamstress shop is making good. People are coming for this or that. So I'm doing good. You look well. Are you doing all right?"
Thank you.
Oh, you're alone.
I'm doing all right. I'm doing all right. I'm so glad to hear that your shop is doing well and still running. And it's good to see you.
You too. I can't talk long. I know we're about to start. I was just I'm gonna head to the front and talk to Pastor Buddy about I wanted to pray for Jack. He's over in Morgan today. Hopefully coming back soon. They had some event or other. He's helping with some harvest party or I don't right know what he does, but he's helping them with that and directing people and all that. So I just want Pastor to pray for him so he gets back safe.
Of course, I'll keep you both in my prayers.
Right. Well, God bless Miss Ginny. And she walks up to talk to the pastor. The Jack's not coming today, Ginny. Oh, okay, perfect. Okay, and then everyone else kind of getting to the pew. Maggie, as you waddle over to your normal spot, Miss Lovelina also sits in that pew right behind y'all. She and her grandson, and they sit with Miss Sybil, and she sits behind you. She says, "Oh, Maggie, darling, how are you doing today?
I'm doing well.
How's
How
my
are
precious
you?
baby Jesus? Oh, I'm just as well as I am. Oh, I do as well as I always do, you know. Been here long enough. Now, just remind me what that due date all is on your sweet, sweet little baby boy. Maybe a girl will do.
I hadn't heard nothing yet. I don't know. We'll find out eventually. Little shy of 2 months now, I think.
Just shy of 2 months.
Have a new baby Jesus, you would.
I would. He or she would just be right perfect. I think if you're, I ain't done the math since I was really young, but you know, just shy of 2 months. If he or she, we've had little girls play Jesus.
I know.
It's just, I don't you just a couple weeks early, and I think that would just be mighty fine. Now I know it's in the Lord's time. I do. Oh, but it would just be so nice. May I?
Absolutely, little baby's been kicking a lot this morning, actually.
Oh, oh my goodness. Oh, you're gonna have a boy. Feel it. I feel it in my
I think
waters.
so.
I know it. I do. Yep,
We'll find
I do.
out.
When I had my boy, I looked just like that. And that was ages ago. But I know it, I do.
We'll find out soon, I'm
And
sure.
oh, the sooner the better. It can't come quick enough. We pray for a healthy baby, but we'd like a healthy baby right quick. And as you're talking, you see Miss Aibileen Underwood is coming up the row. She's pushing a wheelchair that I can't remember his name. What's the mayor's son's name?
Harville.
Harville? What?
What's his name? Harville.
Harville. She's pushing
Grandson.
Harville. Their grandson, yes. She's pushing Harville Baker's wheelchair. They're just going doing their laps, talking to everybody. He's one of her students, so they're good friends. She says, "Now, Miss Levelina, don't you rush that baby out of there. You rush him out of there, you're gonna rush him into school, and I just don't know if I can handle all that." Miss Levelina says, "Oh, it's all right. I gotta go find out if one of them Cosby children have a baby doll I can use if this baby decides to be late. You all have a nice talk." And as she leaves, Aveline says, "I would apologize for her, but you know Miss Levelina better than anybody. Better good as anybody else does.
She's just excited.
You do
But
all
who
right?"
wouldn't? Doing mighty fine. Got the whole family here. Well, near at least. Pappy stayed home today.
Well, maybe we'll get him back in here one of these days.
I'm hoping.
I'm glad to hear you're doing well. I'm about out of my mind. This
Are you now?
schoolhouse, we got
What?
more kids. We got more kids at this schoolhouse than I know what to do with. There's only one of me. And next year, oh, there's gonna be even more joining up. And them little toddlers are getting right tall, ready to learn their arithmetic.
I can't even think about that. I, oh, I could not imagine. Time just goes by so quick.
Yeah, and you'll learn that with the little one of your own, I'm sure.
I'm sure.
I do wonder. You couldn't imagine that at all? A schoolhouse?
I don't know. Maybe one day. I mean, 5 years I'll have to drop him or her off there. So,
Well, but the class is getting even bigger next year. I mean, it's October now. Our school year's in full swing. I'm getting these children right educated. But you know, in a little under a year or so, when that little one's weaned and staying with, I don't know, Miss Levelina or your Pappy or if anybody else. If you need something to do, the town pays pretty well. This fella's granddad cares quite a lot about paying our teachers good, as well as he can, I suppose. And well, it's right unconventional, a teacher with a little un, but since that generation of war widows, ain't nothing unheard of.
yeah,
Do you think?
I'll think about it. I don't know. I can never be a better teacher than you are, I'm sure, but I'll think about
Oh,
it.
you are a right liar. Don't you be teaching that little one lies. All right. Well, God bless Maggie, and you tell me if you need anything, okay?
I will. Thank you, ma'am.
And she says, Harville, will you say bye? And he's not much of a talker. He's like, what, yeah, whatever, Miss Abeline. Hi, Maggie. And he
Bye,
waves.
Harville.
And they go about milling about. Joe, have I hit all the NPCs that needed to speak? Oh, gorgeous. She just texted me. Okay. So yeah, service is getting ready to start. There's maybe a few minutes. You can see Joshua Lambert sits down on the front row. He's done helping the pastor. He shoots a quick smile at Nettie Moon, pastor's daughter, at the other pew, and she smiles back. And so everyone's kind of getting settled in their pews. They're ready. Is there anyone else we want to talk to as they all settle?
This is why we sent y'all 50 NPCs a month ago.
Gorgeous, but there's so many of them.
Oh, wait, hold on. I have one super quick.
Yeah.
Or you guys can talk to each other.
Yeah, you were sitting in the pew.
Oh,
Feel free to gossip.
I assume some of that's going to happen. Did you see the look that she gave him? Let's talk for another time. I'll tell you what. I'm going to make one more round before the pastor gets started. Just, sort of salutations and whatnot, if y'all don't mind. So do the uncomfortable, because Hattie is sitting as close to the middle of the pew as she can, because the acoustics are good there. So she shuffles her way out and wants to try to find young Mr. Isaac Moon, if she could.
Screaming.
Isaac Moon is begrudgingly sitting on the front row with his mother and his sister.
Well, good morning, young Mr. Isaac. How are you today?
Well, I'm just fine, Miss Hattie. Regular old Sunday. How are you doing?
Well, without, but I'm still here. Matter of fact, we've had something of a family reunion this morning, so I'm feeling particularly blessed.
You celebrating?
Well, no, every day in the light of the Lord is a celebration, is it not? Um, in any event, um, so we'll just like kind of nod at him. I think that's a sign.
Every day's a celebration in the light of the Lord. Yes, Miss Hattie. I can talk about celebrating and all that. Uh, right after service, I got
Yes, of
I got
course.
some, yeah, right
Yeah,
right back there.
my
We keep
apologies.
the party decorations
Of
for
course. Yeah,
celebrating.
sorry. I just get so excited. I get ahead of myself. Uh, I'll see you after service. I notice it's getting kind of dusty back there. So, I mean, if you don't mind, if it's not an imposition, if I sort of help y'all
Right.
clean that back shelf where all the party
Yes.
decorations are, then
Yes. Yeah.
absolutely. Now, mind you, I can't
That would
stay
be
too
good.
long because I got the whole family here. But so it'll have to
Oh,
be
it won't take long.
quick. It will not take long,
Right. All right.
Mr. Isaac.
That's right, Miss Hattie.
I was sort of,
God
you know,
bless.
give it. And God bless you too, young man. And we'll give a handshake and a nod and a God bless you to everyone in the, to the pastor's family, and then go back and sit down.
And Hattie, as you're walking back to your pew, a sort of glint catches your eye as you're walking back to your pew, and you notice that Viola has her head turned and she's talking to Levi. And well, you didn't really notice it when you came in, but her hair, uh, it just looks mighty nice this morning, and it's in a real nice updo, and she's got a nice swoop up front, and it's going in the back, and it's all held together, um, with this right nice, right shiny, gold hair comb, and it's got little branches on the sides of the little design, and they come in the middle, and right in the middle of this hair comb that Viola is wearing today is a butterfly. And as you sort of get nearer, and perhaps you're making a face quite like that, she turns around and she says, "Well, good morning, Hattie Grimshaw. Something catch your eye?"
Just the light of the Lord, who sees all. How are you this morning, Paola?
"Oh, I'm just fine. Me and Levi just celebrated an anniversary not too long ago, and well, he just got me this new comb. Didn't you see it? Oh, don't you just think it's lovely?"
Oh, he just got that for you just now. How lovely.
Well, he did, brand spanking new, which is right good, 'cause, I got all those dusty, dirty old ones. Now they can just rot in my jewelry box, 'cause I got this nice new one to wear.
Of Sure. Well, we do a charity drive every now and again, and if you have any older accoutrement that you're no longer using, well, we certainly would consider taking in some of your unused wares. In any event,
Oh, well, no,
congratulations.
I don't think so. Thank you. I don't know if I'll be doing any of that. Word tells us to take care of the widows and the orphans and the unfortunate, and well, I just wouldn't burden them with a thing like that. What I
Well, it
got ain't
also
nobody
says
want.
not to store up your treasures because, I can't take them with you. So,
Wise words, Miss Hattie. God bless.
God bless.
Megan's so experienced being a church mean girl. That's what I'm learning.
And
I meet a lot of people.
Like, it's been a long time since Hattie has felt this, like, this feeling in her sternum. But, and she is sure in the back of her head that it's not really happening right now. But there is just this sense of emptiness that washes over her as she kind of gets like sucked back through time. And it takes her a minute to regain her composure and to find her seat again.
Hattie, give me an intellect check, DC 12.
Oh, Lord.
This is
That'd be
not
a
your
17.
code.
Well,
What do you
I
think
know.
the intellect check's for?
I know. I thought you were. Sorry, I thought you were doing a magic thing.
Well, I am.
I think because it was not a butterfly.
Canary.
There was not a
Yours
butterfly
had a
on Hattie's
canary
cone.
on it.
Right. And it was, I don't want to give away anything that you don't want to give away, but I think just interacting with Viola again and just seeing that and then Viola talking about it.
Yeah.
It just drudged up. Again, maybe not the actual feeling, not that sensation, but a very profound sense memory of that. Yeah.
What'd you get on check?
Do what?
What'd you get on that intellect check?
Oh, 17.
17, awesome. Yeah, you have that very same thing. You know that it's not the comb, and you know that it's not that capital N nothing that you felt when that comb was near, but it's something like it, and it hits awful close to home. And Maggie, Junior, Ginny, Hattie sits back down next to you.
Pulls out her Bible. It's got color-coded bookmarks in it. And just immediately leaps to the chapter that the preacher will be
Matthew 23, you said.
Matthew 23, that's right. Yep.
As Hattie is getting settled, Junior just kind of leans over because he's been watching. He's been thinking. It's been a while since he's been in one of these places. He leans over. He's like, last time I was in one of these places, I punched the preacher.
I'm sorry, you what?
He was doing a little bit of swindling, taking a 15%. So we got into we had some words, and then, well, what words turned into. So you might need to hold me down for this one. I don't know. We'll see what we get into today.
Well,
Daddy, I'm too poor.
Thank you for the advance warning, I suppose. We have way too much to talk about after service.
I'm sure we do.
Yes, sir.
Is Ginny staring straight forward? Like
she looks super pious because she's looked like she is praying or eating peppermints this whole time. But
Maggie,
Hattie is. I mean, I'm assuming this exchange took place closer to the pew that we're in. I mean, Hattie is Ginny's like aunt, mom, sister. So she would have caught a tone. She would have caught the tone, even if she wasn't watching.
Yeah.
Aunt Hattie, I don't believe I have heard you that agitated in in a long time.
Well, you know, Viola and I grew up together. Not together per se, but we had a bit of an antagonistic history with each other, and try as I might, sometimes that just kind of bubbles up a little bit. But don't you be worried about it.
I'm not too worried about it, although it might be good timing that Junior's back if he's willing to punch someone.
No, well, it's funny you should say that. He and I have been through something very similar with the Payne family, and I don't intend on repeating that particular mistake.
Shame.
As entertaining as the thought might be, I never said that.
As that conversation finishes up, you hear like a little tapping on the podium as Pastor Buddy Moon, this thick-headed, like bald down the center, older guy, heavier set, shorter, stouter, steps up and kind of taps his hand on the podium and takes a minute for everybody to quiet down to Levelina Walden, turns around in the front pew, goes, shh, and everybody rightfully sits down, skitters to their place, and I mean, like, the whole left back side of the pew is, like, full of children, and Levelina Walden is sitting at the very front of them, and she's just, like, slowly passing out peppermints and little things like that. Pastor Moon steps up, and he's ready to, he has a quick, got to do his little announcements before he starts preaching.
Thank you, Mr. Levelina. Thank you for getting us all quiet and getting us all settled. And that's right. I mean, we all remember being children in Miss Levelina's class. Is that right? I know it is. All right. Well, good morning, brothers and sisters. I'm so blessed to be in the house of the Lord this morning with all of you in corporate worship. I'm so glad to see your smiling faces this morning. We got, my goodness, we got some smiling faces I ain't seen in a while, and that is just that is the joy of the Lord in my heart this morning. A few of our announcements before we read the scripture today. By the way, mark your Bibles. We're going to be in Matthew 23, talking about being humble servants this morning. First couple announcements. I believe Miss Levelina and the children are going to be blessing us in song next week. Yes, that is just wonderful. I can't wait. I love that. We love those children. And speaking of blessing us in music, as you all know, in just 1 month, the K-Borough House of Worship will be hosting the Bluegrass Festival again. Oh, yes. Amen. That's right. It's been a while. It's been a few years off. They did it in Oak Mountain for a while, but it's back in our house of worship this year. And folks, I just know this is going to be the best one yet. If Sister Maggie, if you want to join me up here to talk about that. Thank you. Yes, Sister Maggie has been helping us coordinate, helping us set it up, and well, folks, this is going to be the best Bluegrass Festival in many years because we have got the reunion of the Porch Light Singers. And as Maggie stands up, he kind of motions to all of you on that pew, and everyone looks around and they start clapping like, oh, yes.
Hattie, did you know anything about this?
I assure you I did not. And I will remind you, we are in a place of worship. I would not lie to you.
The crowd's like, the congregation's all clapping and hooting and hollering, and they're all real excited. And everybody give me an intellect check, and Maggie give me an intellect check to contest it.
4.
Awesome.
8.
Awesome.
Although, I'll be honest, I don't know what to do with my pool stuff. Are we pulling from pool?
Megan, can you text Morgan?
Yeah, Megan, help me. I don't know what I'm doing.
Yeah.
I got
Wait,
16.
I don't know how it works. Can they use pool for checks like this? For contest checks?
Yeah. The mechanic of effort, my understanding is that you spend numbers from your pool to meet a DC. So in this case, Hannah set our DC at 16. The rest of you are welcome to spend effort from your pool as much as you would like to meet that 16. Also remember that your edge takes the DC down. So it would have been 16 if you have one edge, the DC is actually 13.
I have 3 edge to that. Does that add 3 to my check? No.
Because you are the DC. You're not actually
No.
you're not doing anything. You're just the DC. Yeah. Yes, Junior.
So 1 edge equals how many subtractions? Okay, hold on.
So your DC is not 16 anymore, it's 13.
But I have 2 edge.
So it's actually 10.
Well, I'd like to spend 2 points from my pool to
Absolutely. Mark that on your
meet that
sheet.
10.
Ginny, what's your situation?
And if you expend all of one of your pools, you die.
Yeah.
4. So my guess is I am not willing to spend enough of my intellect pool to try to figure out what's going on.
And you're freaking out, and you're like, oh my god, Maggie must be freaking out. She had no idea this was happening. And then, Hattie, did you end up meeting?
So I rolled a 12 with an intellect edge of 1.
So your DC is 13. If you want to spend 1 effort to make it, you can.
Considering that, like, what's going on is kind of Hattie's whole thing, I will go ahead and do that.
Okay,
I will
so you
spend
just
an
subtract
effort.
1 from your pool and mark that on your sheet.
Understood.
Yeah, Hattie and Junior, surprisingly enough, you look up on either side, and her face, she knew that this was coming. This is not a surprise to her at all, and she has, in fact, been helping to plan this for quite a while, and it seems she's signed up the Porchlight Singers to sing at the Oak Mountain Bluegrass Festival. Jenny, again, you're like, God, this must be so... Poor Maggie, man.
God help us, she is her father's daughter.
That shifty little daughter of mine.
Yeah, where do you think she got it from?
Is Maggie up front now? By now?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I think Maggie's standing up there. She's rubbing her belly, really making a show of it to make her family feel bad for her. And she goes, well, Pastor, it's been a long time since we've been together. It's been a long time since I've been back home and seen my family all in one house. And what with the baby being here soon and all, I just thought, what better way to bring him or her into the world than the same way that I came in, full of music, full of love, full of laugh and laughter and fellowship. And I've just been very blessed that I've been able to put this together with all of you. And I'm very blessed that we're able to do it here again, right where I grew up singing.
Oh, amen, Sister Maggie. That is such a blessing. And for you, for your family to be here, and you got that little one on the way, and they are all surrounding you. You've got your family around you, your church around you, here to raise up that little one in the way he or she should go. That is just beautiful. Thank you. Let's all give a hand of praise to God for giving us Sister Maggie to help us out this year, and praise that the Porchlight Singers have got the light of the Lord and the love of their kin. And as the church sort of erupts in laugh and applause, and they're kind of, whipping for you, they all sort of look at you, and you're all, I imagine, sitting there. Just sort of accepting whatever that is, and Maggie, you waddle your way back to the pew.
Actually, I was going to say, Maggie does not, because we go straight into some of the other musicians are, as the applause comes on, they start walking up onto stage, they start playing their instrument, and Maggie, you had discussed with Pastor Moon that you might sing a solo this morning.
Oh my gosh.
Are you going to make me pick a song that really existed in 1930?
Yeah, I mean, you can't pick Pink Pony Club. Yeah, you have to pick
No.
one.
I was gonna keep with the theme and I was gonna sing Coming Home, but I don't think it was written until 1990. Boo.
Pick any hymn, and it'll probably be old.
Any hymn? No, it was written in 1990. I looked it up.
Uh,
Pick a different hymn.
pick a different hymn.
Something jaunty. Everyone was just applauding.
I'll sing In the Sweet By and By.
Yeah, you will. Oh God, yeah.
And it's the best you've ever heard.
Of course it is. I think, like, I will not narrate how all of you feel towards Maggie right now, but in addition to whatever you feel towards Maggie right now, there's also a twinge of, my God, she's really good. Like, you knew she was good when she was 14, and by God, when she's 24, she goes behind that podium, she picks up and slings the banjo over, it rests on her pregnant belly, and she starts to sing, and she
I was
starts
about to say, yeah.
She starts to sing, and she starts to play, and she's gotten exponentially better, and you didn't even know that was possible. She's electric. Can everybody tell me how you feel? It was take turns. Walk me through your headspaces.
He looks just like Cormay up there.
Ugh.
And you know, this is a lot for Junior to come back to. And for her to be up there on stage, you know, like front and center, the one family representative of the band up there. He's just listening to the sound of her sweet voice. She's so good. She's so good, and she's a perfect picture of Cormay all those years ago. And his heart kind of swells a little bit. And maybe he even towards the end, maybe he's mouthing a couple words he didn't know he remembered.
Oh
My God.
Ginny, what about you?
Ginny's been a little slower to put the pieces together.
You get it. You're
Yeah. She's a very smart girl. She figured it out. Just took a moment. It's hard to be mad. I think mostly just out of her element. She maybe played fiddle for herself when no one else was around while she was gone, but she's certainly out of practice, so that makes her nervous. The idea that anybody here would see her makes her feel even worse. So she does love music. So I think since she can't pretend that people can't see her, she'll just she knows people can see her, so she's going to close her eyes and pretend they can't and just enjoy the music for a moment.
Hattie, what about you?
I mean, having grown up in this family, music is such a strongly associative thing for Hattie. And I mean, I think the fact that she is, not to be disparaging to bass players, but it's pretty hard to do that as a soloist. So when the band, when the band, independent of the family, stopped happening, she didn't have anyone to play with. That instrument kind of lost its luster for her. So it's been just like sitting in storage. She doesn't even know if it's probably busted into a million pieces because of the humidity at this point. But for the first time in such a long time, she wants to do it again.
Oof.
All of a sudden, and for no discernible, well, for one very good discernible reason, has immediately resolved in her heart that she wants this to happen. And she is shocked by that.
Yeah. It's beautiful. Maggie ends the song, one final resounding note, and she'll come back and sit down next to you all silently as Pastor Moon goes on about making servants and being servants to the Lord. And ain't much chance for talking until he calls for the benediction and sends you all going. But the hustle and bustle as everyone's kind of going towards the door at once. If there's any other NPC that you for sure want to talk to before you guys head back, you can definitely talk to them in the kind of yard area outside of the church as everybody's kind of spreading out to go there in their various directions. But is anybody doing anything before they start walking home?
I am gonna very quickly.
Oh yeah, you have a meeting to go to.
I have a very brief meeting to attend, and when I come back, that my purse is just kind of swinging a little bit harder from side to side.
You guys see, like, you kind of lost Hattie in the crowd for 2 minutes, and then she rejoins back up with the 3 of you. 4 of y'all standing out here. Anybody else before you start walking home? And certainly any conversations there could happen. We're trying to get out of here, y'all. Right? You guys start, the crowd's kind of dispersing in all directions to head back to their homes, or Sybil's probably heading back to the store, open it back up, etc. Ginny, you kind of make the slightest glance at the sign that's shoved in the ground that says to Glamorgan, heading one way, and you go keep walking on towards home. Junior, Hattie, Maggie, Ginny, you guys start walking, and as you piece off outside of you're out of the center of town now, you're headed down that dirt road that in about a mile or so will turn into your house. What conversations happen here before you rejoin with Pappy?
I think Hattie just wants to kind of grab Maggie's hand, and there's, a look of, I don't know, gratitude or hopefulness on Hattie's face that I don't know if she kind of shows very often, but she wants to squeeze your hand and then lean down into your ear and say, "Chicken shit."
You'll get over it soon, I promise.
Oh, you come by it natural, darling.
Well, look at my daddy. You know where I got it from.
Exactly.
Junior's going.
It just starts, like, sort of quietly cackling to herself.
Ginny is not walking arm in arm anymore. But I think she'll wait until a moment of quiet and say, I don't rightfully know how to feel when somebody else has done all the organizing behind the scenes. That's usually me.
Well, I mean, there's still songs to pick and practices to schedule. I ain't done all of it by myself. Just putting the plan into motion.
Do you ever think you might want to tell us what your plan was?
That's why I was hoping you guys would come this weekend and not next. You can't say no to me if you're in front of the whole church.
If I didn't like you so much. I did not say
a girl
yes.
Could ask for.
I did not say yes yet.
I know. Just hoping that you would. Maybe a few practices in.
What'd you say, Joe?
I said Junior sucking on a peppermint.
Yeah. Yeah, he's on his 4th or 5th one. But he's secretly proud of Maggie. Like, wow, she's really shaping up to be, her father's daughter. She wasn't like this when she up and left. Well, I guess that was a bit of a Junior thing to do. He just didn't really think about it till now with the hindsight. But yeah, she seems to be taking after his footsteps, at least in a couple of things. So he's secretly a little proud, but he's walking along with his peppermints, thinking about where is he going to find a washboard. Last time he picked one up, it was probably not even to wash his own clothes, probably trying to make a couple coins and do laundry for like the random ladies off in like, I don't know, the mining town in Nevada 4 or 5 years ago.
What name did Junior go by in Nevada?
Oh, hold on. Let me get my list. Give me a second. In Nevada. He went, oh, that's the wrong list. That's what Junior did to get kicked out of the States. Let's see.
Eve's got a spreadsheet.
He went by, in Nevada, Jet Garrison.
Oh my god.
Amazing.
Last time he picked up a washboard, he was Jet Garrison. Conning some old things out of their pocket change.
He took the coins out of the pants that he was washing. That's how he got most of the money.
Yeah.
God.
Yeah. So we're all walking back, and when you guys arrive, you crest back over the hill, and you can see the farm down off the road a little bit. What you see is Pappy is in like 1930 version of like an undershirt. It's like just a loose linen shirt, soaked in sweat. And he's holding a scythe and is cutting the grass. And you can see an empty plate sitting on the banister of the porch that has a little bit too much blueberry residue to have just been one piece of blueberry cobbler. And he's cutting the grass.
Dad, it is too...
It's 12:30 in the afternoon, maybe.
Well, I was going to say it's too... Well, what time of the year is it?
It's October.
October.
Oh. When's the last time you took a break, Daddy? Well, you let me know when you're ready for somebody else to take over, okay?
Almost done. And then, like, as you see, like, he's clearly not almost done, but he's very slow.
Any one of you would know that there are more garden tools in what used to be Junior's shed, the shed that Junior lived in, which way back when was a barn a storage building that had a bunch of farm equipment and the plow and all this kind of stuff. When Junior turned 18, he moved into his parents' garage, basically. He left Sydney's bedroom and went and stayed in the shed in like a cot shoved in the corner. Jesse, this is the building that I'm talking about, up on the hill above the cellar. And you know that there'd be more farm equipment, more yard equipment in there if that interested any of you.
Pappy, what else are you fixing to do this afternoon?
Chickens the coop needs cleaned out. Old Betsy, her oldest cow needs her hooves trimmed up and milked, and I'm sure there's something else, but I can't quite think of it.
The fence is broken.
Ginny, I have a list over next to the Xbox if you want to go check it.
Sounds good. I think I'll change and I'll come out and help you. It's been a while since I helped around here.
Awesome. Junior, what are you up to after church?
Well, it depends if anyone would ask Junior to help. He would not volunteer. So he might do some wandering. It depends what the rest of his family decides to do. Does my daughter have something to say?
Maggie would go up to Pappy and be like, Pappy, no, you can't. You've been out here for far too long. And she'll grab the scythe as if she's going to do it and then pass it to Junior.
Oh,
You know,
wow.
Why don't you come? Let's go clean out the chicken coop. I gotta talk to you about something. Anyways.
All right. He like takes a look at Junior. Is like, I want it that tall, no longer, no shorter.
All right, Pa. Junior rolls his eyes as soon as Pappy turns around, knowing he will not be doing that. He will just be hacking at, whichever way it ends up.
Awesome. What's Hattie doing after church?
I mean, making a little bit of lunch. It's nothing special. It's just like cold cut sandwiches, whatever. Something you can pick up and eat with one hand while you're looking for tools out in the shed with the other. But while she's out in the shed, she is going to go look and see if the base is still in good condition.
The base? B-A-S-E?
BASS.
Oh! I'm so sorry.
Oh,
Military base.
The foundation of the house? Yeah, it's fine.
Slowly, yeah. How's the concrete doing? No, but just like out of sight of everyone, she's just gonna go sort of peek under the kind of like the old horse blanket that she had used to cover it up last time she
So
threw
Hattie
it in there and swore it off.
She left the base at home. She didn't take it with her to Kentucky.
Did not take it to Kentucky with her, no.
Yeah, you go and you see, like, once you're inside the shed, there's still, like, a little cot.
Oh, Lord.
Still a little cot in the corner that hasn't been touched since Junior left. Shelves with sparse amounts of tools and different things. Probably an old plow and things like that. And there's a big sheet in the corner that's I mean, it don't look tall enough, but that's where your base was.
Okay, well now the curiosity's gotten the absolute best of her, and she is going to delicately and carefully try to remove the sheet.
When you kind of tug it upwards and let it come off. Ooh. It's bad. It's splintered and it's warped in some places, and even like the very top of it's kind of cracked, almost like it's about to fall off, which, like, give me an intellect check. Let's say DC 10.
15.
15. It doesn't look like it could have just been natural water damage or natural humidity damage.
As in there was some sort of trauma.
Yeah, as in some sort of force was exerted upon this base to crack and break it.
Making a note of that.
She says to herself in the shed.
Pulls a little notepad out of her bra, writes it down, sort of puts it back in there, and then we'll grab
A big square is in Hattie's right boob, where the notepad is.
No, but okay, she's gonna cover it back up, and then she's gonna grab a pair of like gardening gloves and like the shears, the good ones on the left side, and then go out and start kind of trimming the kudzu around the edge of the back porch.
Awesome, I love that. And then Ginny just kind of generally helping around farm stuff.
I found a hammer and as many things to swing at as I can.
Yeah, there's an old fence post that needed uprighting, and there's plenty of things to do. I mean, it is just Pappy here, and he, other than things like the chicken coop, he doesn't really let Maggie get anywhere near the harder labor stuff in her condition. So, plenty of stuff to do. Junior, you're kind of hacking away at the grass, half-heartedly.
Well, I guess he's still in the suit. He didn't get time to change. He probably, yeah, I think he makes a couple passes. He's probably at it for like 15 minutes, and then he does decide to go in. Tracking mud all the way up the stairs, by the way. And he'll change, and it comes out in something more sensible, just like some t-shirt and, raggedy jeans or something. That's the typical Junior outfit. Like, that's what he normally looks like. He only happened to be dressed up because that's like his traveling outfit, his first impression into new places. He'd always be in that. So it's fitting to come home in it, but he's in his comfortable clothes, and he'll finish up hacking away at the lawn. It's nothing to write home about, but it's done eventually.
Yeah. Before I let Pappy and Maggie talk, I am curious about the sleeping arrangements. I'm sure no one's really thought about it. You've only been here for less than 6 hours, but we have 2 bedrooms upstairs. One that belonged to Maggie and Hattie at different times, and then one that belonged to Ginny and Junior at different times. And then there's the shed, where Junior slept for a while. And then Pappy's bedroom is full up with him and Ethel. What do you guys think would be the sleeping arrangement? Mainly between the 3 ladies. I mean, I imagine Junior would either go to the shack or he'd sleep on the couch or something, but... Somebody has to double up.
Yeah, well...
I think Ginny would offer to sleep elsewhere if need be. She could take some blankets and put it in the floor downstairs.
No. Don't even talk like that. I mean, I do think Maggie should have her own situation.
Maggie would offer to sleep on the couch because this is her fault.
So we're all just going to fight over the couch.
I cannot in good conscience let you do that. No.
Are you sure it's not an issue, at least for the next 2 months?
Maggie, Hattie's right. You have to have a place to sleep upstairs. You get your own space.
Are you sure it's my fault that we're in this situation? I don't mind.
It has already been decided.
And
there and I will... Ginny and I can have a tug of war over the couch.
Well, Hattie, you, I know that you are young and sprightly, but you, get a bed too.
I mean, sometimes I like to sleep on the floor just to sort of straighten my back out a little bit.
I spend plenty of time out in the field camping, actually, so it's no problem.
Are you saying that you want to set up a tent in the backyard and have a sleepover tonight? Is that what you're saying? Make a little campfire?
Oh, Auntie, if you had a tent for me, I just might.
You be careful with those. Oh, well. Are you being serious?
Of course. I sleep outside in the field all the time. It's part of the work I was doing.
Well, how about you tell me all about it after I get a campfire going?
Oh my!
Right now.
I'm screaming. Okay, we'll come back to you guys in a minute. Maggie was certainly not there for that conversation at all because you were at the chicken coop with Pappy. But, Maggie, you and Pappy step behind the wire. You're grabbing some eggs and raking it out a little bit. What does Maggie say?
Pappy, so about church today. They made... Well, see, it's not just the pastor this time, I don't think. They're having the festival again this year. Music festival. And it's at K-Bro this time. Well, there may be a chance that I may have signed us up for it.
You see, like, at this point, like, he's like, during this whole conversation, he has been like placing eggs into like a little basket, in the nest, things like that. The minute Maggie says that, that's what he's doing. Like, it's deathly still. In his mind, it's nothing but your flashbacks. All those years together with his family. Things were good.
You signed us up. You all have fun with that. Let me know how it goes.
No, Pappy, no. And she grabs the eggs from his hands, I think, and like puts them in the basket and then grabs his hands. It was Pappy, it's mostly my fault that we just stopped playing music anyways, and I wanted it to be my fault that we started again. And that includes you. And I know it'll be different, but I think back to when I was little and how much I loved every minute, every night that we'd play together. And if I could give even a smidgen of that to this baby, I would. I will. And I want you to be there for it too. Please.
See, he like places his hand onto yours. Gives a little squeeze. Warm smile. Quite something you did there.
Yeah, I don't know if I can.
She can. Pappy, you can do anything.
My time is short on this earth. It's been quite some time since I even so I don't even have my guitar anymore. I don't sold it.
Pappy, I can find you another one. That ain't no issue.
And you see at this point, like, just a single tear, travels down the wrinkles in his face.
You, if we're gonna do this, I want you to know that it was never your fault. Before and now. I may not be the good man that I was those years ago, and made a lot of mistakes in my day, most recently. It never was your fault. You can do no. Come on.
I think Maggie, reaches her hand up to, cup his cheek and wipe the tear off.
Hmm.
I'm not sure how Ethel's going to take this, but
and we cut away from you guys here at the chicken coop. Junior, you finish up and you go to put the scythe back in the shed, and when you walk in there, you kind of you catch a glint at the corner of your eye, like something's reflecting, and kind of automatically glancing over, you see the box underneath your cot. Ah! What was that?
What's going on?
That was weird.
That was really weird.
Oh,
Ethel, you see,
I can't hear you, Joe. If you said something.
Yeah, Joe, you stopped.
Hello.
I saw what? What did I see?
You see, am I here? Is it happening?
Yeah.
Okay. You see the glint of something shining you look over and there's some kind of box under your bed, underneath the cot.
Interesting. Yeah, I mean, Junior lived with all the tools for a while, so he knows exactly where to put back the scythe. He happens to glance over to the side of the shed that used to be his room, and I guess that catches his eye, and like he doesn't remember leaving anything too important over here, so especially not that. He doesn't know what that is, so he'll go over and take a look at it and see what it is.
you kind of crouch down, slide this old wooden crate out from under there, and you're kind of hit all at once. As amongst some other things, you see an old wedding photo, you and Cora May. Probably one of maybe 2, 3 photographs you've ever had taken, real photographs taken of you. And you see that whatever was glinting, dig your hand down, and you pull it out to see your spoon ring. The makeshift wedding ring that you made out of some of Ethel's silver.
Yeah, Junior picks him up. And he had been gone for so long, I guess he forgot that, first of all, those were there. And he'll look at the spoon ring, he'll hold it in his hand. It seems smaller than it did before. And the photograph, I mean, he hasn't seen it. I would say he's probably not got a picture of Cora May with him, or he hasn't had it. So to see that for the first time in so long, it almost feels like looking at a photo of like 2 very distant cousins, or 2 people you used to know, people who you knew as kids, and they grow up, and you're like, okay, I see a little bit of who they used to be. But he sees that in himself, and then he sees, wow, Cora May, and then Maggie now looks so much like her. And he spends a couple minutes, like, holding those things in his hand. Is there anything else in there?
Yeah, you see just a few bits and bobs of your last life. There's a watch that you stole off of Levi Payne when you were 14 years old. You see like some little like memento, like wooden trinket or something that you got at that apple bobbing fair, the one that you met Cora May at. High school diploma is like shoved inside of an envelope. Open since he got it. Things like that. Maybe a few other photos.
I'm sure he spends a little bit of time reminiscing, which is not something, that he's been able to do. So busy being on the move. I'm sure he probably finds near the bottom, where all the little things went at the box, some of the what are they called? The thumb things.
Thimble.
For the thimble, that's what it is. Some of the spoon devices he had fashioned during his time with the metalworking. And then he's thinking again, all the memories of being in this room. This is the room where he spent a lot of time with Sydney. This is the room where he got his, first glimpses of kind of independence from the family, living in his own place. This is the room where a lot of his older teenagehood was spent. So being here, having seen all those people now grown up, it's just a lot. And it takes him back to all the different iterations of the family band too, especially holding all those accessories for the washboard. And then he thinks, Do we even have a washboard?
You you think that, and you kind of put your head down closer to the floor to see if maybe did you leave it here? Is it maybe slid back against the wall? And um, as you kind of reach under the bed, um, you hit something hard that kind of bounces a little bit. And as you feel it more, you don't have to pull it out. Because without even pulling it out, you know that it's a barrow and lock mining helmet.
Oh.
And whether you pull it out or not, you kind of look back over your shoulder and you see your couch pressed up against the wall that Sydney would sometimes crash on when he would come home late from the mines. No one knew he was working there except you.
Yeah. Yeah, well, Junior had his brief stint in the mines, but he's always thought it's been his fault because he's the one that kind of brought it up one of those nights. And that Sid got that idea from. But this helmet is Junior's old one. He just never turned it back in. Kind of thinks, wonder where if he could even find his way back to that old hole in the tree. Wonder if the things that got left there are still there after all these years, because he's not been back. But he'll leave it under the bed for now.
And we drift away. We leave Junior there for a moment. Hattie and Ginny, you guys are getting this little campfire camping thing kind of set up, and both of you are kind of like looking around the house to see if Pappy has anything you can kind of fashion into a tent. And you think like, let's go upstairs, look in some of the closets. And Hattie, you go all the way through into your bedroom first, and you kind of have to you have to close your bedroom door in order to open your closet door. So you open that and you start looking through. You're looking for, I don't know, does Pappy have a tent? Does he have anything that I can kind of use as a tent? Does he have anything that could kind of add to this experience you're cultivating here? Ginny's still in the main room. She's looking as well, and you this is Maggie's room now, and it has been for 4 months. And you're kind of realizing as you're looking through the closet, it's her dresses hanging in there, her Sunday outfit that's been hung back up now. And up on the top shelf, there's a shoebox that says "Do not open." That doesn't belong to you. So keep going through, and there's like an old teddy bear that did belong to you, but it's pushed way in the back, and it's all dusty now and gross. And like when the closet door, when you kind of bump into it and it hits the wall a little bit, you hear a little bit of clanging. And if you looked around in Maggie's room, it's a lot different than how you always kept it, but some of that same stuff, the few books on plants and herbalism and gardening and things, and a few glass bottles that maybe she keeps a few things that she's harvested that she's just not keeping in the kitchen here. Nowhere near as impressive as your collection once was, but a few things, a few tonics on hand, and like a closet door, the door into the room. Over here, there's a little twin-size bed that she's been sleeping in, big chest of drawers, and shoved into the far corner is an empty bassinet that, for now, just has a single teddy bear propped up in it. But yeah, I think, how do you take note that even though you didn't know Maggie all that well, you guys weren't abundantly close before everything happened, there's a lot of little similarities in the room of how you kept it, how she's changed it.
She's at peace with that. I think she's as stressful as it is, just trying to catch up on who was doing what and trust that Hattie still has plenty of questions for everybody. But they're here and she can ask. She can get to know them again, or maybe for the first time, really. And so I know it's maybe kind of a meaningless gesture, but she's going to go back in the closet and get Mr. Muffin, and that was hers. And she's just going to put him down in the bassinet with that other one. Something old, something new.
Beautiful. At the same time that you're looking around, you're able to find a thing or two that you're looking for this
yes
moving thing. At the very same time, turn it off. I'm echoing. What's happening? Eli, can you mute yourself? Thank you. Oh, that's freaking me out. Okay. At the same time, Ginny, Hattie's door closes and you're kind of forced to be alone in what was your bedroom for a moment. And unfortunately, as you were hoping to head straight into Hattie's room, but the door shuts, you are kind of forced to see that jacket hanging on the wall. It's this brown leather football jacket with price embroidered on it. Big numbers on the back. And next to that, there's a chest of drawers. On top, still 2 framed photos. One is of your dad, far younger than you are now. Only photo he had taken in his life. And the one next to it is Jack in his military uniform. The one that he mailed you home when he was off fighting in the Great War. And other than that, like we said earlier, your room's a time capsule. I mean, of those little bits of Jack and the little bit of your dad. And I mean, the bed's still made. You know. What would Ginny do?
Ginny would wish she hadn't walked up here. She'd go to the photo of her dad first. She never knew her pa, but that's really the only connection she's got. So just seeing it is familiar and sadly comforting. She might spend a minute looking at it, maybe tuck it under her arm, kind of possessively, and I think she'd go to do the same with the photo of Jack, and instead put it face down on the bed. And I think you said it was on top of a trunk, right? So she'd probably open the trunk just to kind of see what was in there, maybe having forgotten.
Yeah, you see some, like, the dress that you wore to formal. You know, why would I take that to my new life? My old school dress. You know, a few yearbooks. High school diploma. Some little things like that. Some little mementos. Some other photos. Things like that.
Right. Should probably close that back, unless there's canvas sheet in there, in which case she wants it. She'd contemplate for a moment what to do with that jacket, but she'd also rather not touch it. So I think she's going to resign herself to the fact that she's going to go back to the photo on the bed, take a look at it, go back over to the trunk, put it inside the trunk, put the photo of Sydney, her her dad back on top. And, yeah, that's about it. She's going to go on the hunt for... Now, listen. Ginny does, in fact, spend a lot of time outside and is prepared. All she needs is a sheet. She's got stakes. She's got rope. She's got a hatchet. She just needs something to hang for a tent. So she's going to buckle down and go tunnel vision. And if it's not something she can hang for a tent, she is done looking at it.
Both of you kind of find what you're looking for and reconvene back downstairs, and you're kind of giddily excited to go and set up kind of a camp in the front yard. And Maggie, you and Pappy pass them as you guys are walking by. I'm not sure what those two ladies are up to quite yet, but Maggie, you go upstairs just to get changed, rest a minute. You see this new teddy bears that you'd seen in the closet before. You didn't touch it because it wasn't yours. See, it's been added in the bassinet. You see a roll of canvas or whatever from your closet's gone. It's weird. One of your extra bed sheets missing. Okay, weird. They're so weird. And I think you head over. Maybe you're going to sit down in your bed for a minute or something, and you feel a real strong urge to look at what's inside that bedside drawer.
I open it. Well, actually, I think Maggie picks up Hattie's bear that she's put in the bassinet, and she sits on the bed, bear in lap, and opens the drawer.
You open the drawer, and yeah, there's that piece of paper that you're still not sure what to do about. Pick it up. In big bad cursive on the front, it says your name and Pappy's address, and the sender says Frank Thompson. Open it. And I'm gonna text you what that letter says really quick. And you've read this letter a few times now.
Probably like a million. I think like a million times.
You received it a few days ago. I'm going to ask you not to share what it says out loud with your fellow players.
Why would I? I don't want to.
Yeah. Is there anything... I mean, do you feel like your reaction speaks loud enough? Is there anything to say about Maggie's headspace rereading this letter again? You got it a few days ago.
I think every time she opens it, and even though it's only been a few days, it's been a lot. Like, I want to say the paper's already wearing thin on the creases.
Yeah.
She spots in her vision, heart palpitating, palms like tingly, can't breathe, can't think, terrified. And she just, I think right now, knowing where everything that's happened today has been so otherworld. And she opens and closes this letter a couple times, skims over it, doesn't want to finish reading it, doesn't want to keep reading it. And I think after 4 or 5 times of just opening and refolding the letter, she just lays down on her side, hugs the bear to her chest, and sobs.
And we'll leave Maggie there as we go downstairs to Pappy. You kick off your boots, come back inside. Oof, you are dog tired. And you step back into the bedroom for a minute to change out of your nasty clothes. And just as you've kind of put on a clean shirt, Ethel kind of groggily wakes up and leans up.
The kids are staying, are they?
For now, didn't get. I mean, I would be lying if I said I didn't. I've seen their faces again.
Well, seeing them's one thing, but I just think we ought to raise them for them to grow and ain't they supposed to leave?
Yeah, home's always a home. So you would always talk about your kids or
Yeah. No, I suppose it's just I guess it's just a lot on my nerves. And I mean, ain't Maggie married? And isn't she supposed to be shouldn't a girl be with her husband? And Junior's grown. Ain't they meant to leave? Ain't they? How long they gonna stay?
oh, like I said, I don't have a timeline, but I'll find that out for you. You seem like you're getting lightheaded. Take another. I couldn't snoop through Hattie's bag to try and find one of them fancy old honey and beeswax, whatever the.
No, I ain't need nothing from her. I think I need a walk. Will you go walking with me?
Sure, yeah.
All right, let's go. Just outside, maybe around the pond or somewhere. Clear my head.
You see,
He takes whatever leftovers that they had, and he's all prepared to give it to Sweetness.
oh, the rest of this blueberry cobbler, no one else is eaten out of. The rest of the pan.
Food alligator.
Ethel stands up. She walks out and kind of looks around nervously, walks out the front door. And you follow her out of the front porch. And see, she'll watch as you feed Sweetness. And then she kind of starts to walk like down around the driveway, down behind the shed, past the creek. She starts to kind of follow the creek bed towards the hill, towards the woods. It's getting 4 or 5 p.m. now. It's October, so the sun's getting kind of low. And she's just barefoot and just kind of walking along the bank of the creek here.
Come
If
in.
Hattie and I are.
up.
Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
Ethel, go ahead.
She's just gonna say, "Come in, Silas. Keep up. Don't get slow now."
If Hattie and I are outside,
Yeah.
are we gonna see this? Are we somewhere where we're gonna see this?
See what?
Pappy walking around, potentially heading up the creek.
Give me intellect checks. DC 25.
Well, that's an 11.
I rolled a 19. I will spend 2 intellect points to get there.
25?
Yeah. Right?
How many edge do you have?
In intellect, I don't have edge.
Okay.
I have edge and might.
You'd need to spend 6 to meet the DC.
Oh, wait. Right. Edge is 3. I'd have to spend a point per... Oh, man.
Yeah.
That's so much. When do we get them back?
After a long rest?
No. 19! No, I suppose not. But can I also... I'm just going to say one of my skill is sensing danger. I don't know if this would fall into that category yet, but I'm
He's just going on a walk.
yes, he's an old man going on a walk into the woods at night.
This family has sort of a sordid history with taking walks in the woods, if you
guys are both
remember.
on hands and knees trying to prop up this bed sheet to make it into a tent. No. There's nothing dangerous to sense here. He's just going on a walk.
Mm-hmm. Sure.
Would you near in the shack? Would you near in the shack see or hear any
You're welcome to roll a DC 25 intellect check.
All right, I'll do that. Okay, never mind. It was a 4.
Beautiful. And Maggie's inside sobbing. Don't think she saw. All of you that failed take 1 XP.
Is that a good thing?
Yes. You use XP to use your intrusions.
Beautiful. Megan, stop it.
I'm just saying what's happening.
It's saying slurs, Megan.
Stop it. Yes.
I know what I'm doing. I always know what I'm doing. Okay.
Okay.
Pappy, you and Ethel are walking along the creek bed. You're still a ways from the tree line, but she's kind of walking that way and looking wistfully down at the creek.
You ain't gonna leave me, are you?
Sweetie, I would never. Can't get rid of me that easy. I just can't move as fast as I can. Used to.
Is this like a normal routine kind of thing, or is this like new?
I would say I think it's probably normal for you and Ethel to go on a walk. But I think you're getting further down the creek bed than you normally do.
Getting dark. I'm starting to not see the horsefly as much. How far are you looking to go?
Just further. Come on, I like to see them fireflies when they start up after sundown. Just a little farther, it'll help my head.
He'll go like as far as like the tree line.
When you get to the tree line, you stop. Ethel keeps going. And in a direction that is all too familiar and all too foot-trodden for you. From years and years of journeying to and from the mines.
Come on. You're heading back to the kids? The ones who don't talk to me? Who want I want you to go away and take you to that church and away from me and just a little further. Come on, down the by the mine is where the best view of the stars is, and all the fireflies.
You know,
That'll help my nerves.
you know how I feel about the mines.
What about him? Come on, Silas, let's go see Sid.
If why on earth would you think that our Sid is down there?
Pause. Ginny, danger sense. Something feels wrong, and you can't quite hear what he's saying, but you can hear a very distant, faint yell, and you can turn over and you can see Pappy facing the tree line right before it, not going in yet.
I drop whatever I'm holding, unless it's a hatchet, and then I set it down carefully. I grab Hattie's wrist. I don't say shit. I just take her, and we are heading to Pappy.
Pappy, continue.
Yep.
Of course he's down there. Who told you he was dead? Same people who told you I was.
That was
What, you believe them?
I know what I saw with our boy. You're a different story.
I do have a little ability myself called Good Advice.
Okay.
It says 1 intellect point. I have experience in determining the best way to proceed when I give another character a suggestion involving their next action.
Okay.
To just use that to insist that we go back.
Gotcha.
Sure we need to.
Ginny and Hattie, as you guys are running over, would either of you call out to Pappy?
I think as we got a little bit closer, we would. I wouldn't want to yell and scare him.
Yeah.
But as I thought we could get close enough to yell for him without sounding like there was something wrong, then I might. Pappy! Hey, Pap!
And as right as you tell Ethel this insistence, and you're hoping it'll work, you hear that, Pappy.
Hey, Dad. It's getting a little late. Don't you think you should, about face, come in and maybe wash up a little bit before bed?
Yeah.
Listen.
The kids aren't to you yet. It's just you and Ethel. Ginny and Hattie are still a ways away, but they're walking.
Can I hear that? I hear them say their things.
They're coming. Yeah.
Listen. These mines are not good. Every time that I get closer to these woods, I feel something that I shouldn't. I've been mighty patient with you, and I love these walks. Don't get me wrong, I love these walks. It's getting dark. Can't see the porch light anymore. We need to be there for them. I'll talk to them about the whole speaking to you. I mean, frankly, you've been in your room this whole time, so I mean, I'll see fit that they'll make a friendlier appearance to you. Come on.
For them, talk to them and about what they'll do and they've been gone. They ain't done nothing for you and I've been here. don't need them. We don't need that. We don't need that light. We don't need that house. Let's just go.
I'm trying to be a good parent again. But you gotta meet me halfway. Nothing will happen to you.
I can't do it for my nerves. They do all that talking, and then they're loud, and they keep talking, and they're loud, and they talk and they talk, and they've been gone, and who knows who they talk to, but they ain't talk to me, and they don't like me, and they. Silas, please come. You said you wouldn't leave me. Come on.
Well, you're the one leaving me. I ain't going nowhere. You keep walking.
Is that it?
You seen that song you used to sing? I came home from work years. What say you sing that little tune and we'll I'll sing with you. It'll be a duet. Old time's sake.
Oh, I can't sing no more with my nerves.
Try.
Oh, I don't remember it.
He just reaches out his shaking hand, because not because he's scared, just because he's old.
And you reach out to touch her face, or just toward her?
Just like a gesture to take my hand, kind of thing.
Promise.
So,
I'll tell them to quiet down. I'll tell them to do whatever you need them to do. They are our kin. Blood. I love them just as much as I loved you all these years.
reaches out.
And right before her hand touches yours, you hear that sharp cry from Ginny again, calling for you. She's a lot closer this time. Turn to look. You see Ginny and Hattie within spitting distance of you now. And when you quickly turn back, Ethel is gone. And Hattie, you just see Pappy had his arm extended out towards the woods, looked at you and curious.
Ethel.
Pappy. Hey, Pappy. Pappy, it's getting a little dark. Do you want to come back with us? You know, Hattie and I were making a fire.
Yeah, I figured we could, maybe sit around, tell stories, or I don't know, sing a couple of songs, roast some whatever you want over the campfire. Just kind of,
Where'd you go?
Pappy, what are you looking for?
where.
just right here. I was talking to her. She was getting too far into them woods. Talking about going to the damn mines.
Very concerned look at Ginny.
Trying to get her back to the house. Yeah, she must have went back.
Yeah, she must have. Let's go catch up.
Yeah. I mean, sometimes when she gets a little too worked up, she just has to be on her own for a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I think just let her cool off. And in the meantime, you can help me build a fire, because you've always been so much better at that.
You use the kindling?
Well, yeah, but it rained last week and it hasn't dried all the way out yet.
See what I can find.
And you guys
Okay.
wrangle Pappy back that direction. You walk over. Junior, you kind of step out. You see everybody's having a fire. You notice Maggie's missing. You could see like the other three are sitting around, and I don't know. They have marshmallows exist in the 1930s. I don't know. Having some kind of campfire snack, whatever.
Can you roast
sitting
a
around.
peppermint? I don't think so.
Can you roast a peppermint?
Mm.
Maybe somebody's got a book flipped open. Everybody's kind of sitting around, and yeah. Would Junior want to join? What's up?
Sorry, fun fact, s'mores are brand new. The Boy Scouts invented them 3 years ago.
We're having s'mores. Would Junior want to join in on the festivities, and would he do anything about the fact that Maggie's not here?
Yeah, he would want to join in, but he's not going to. If nobody came to go get him, he's gonna peek through the crack in his shack. I bet there's a knot or something he can see, and he'd see who's out there. And Maggie's not there, and he's not there, so he'll just turn in. I'm sure he could hear the sounds of the conversation, maybe in the distance, but he's not going to go out and join unless they came to get him.
Ginny and Hattie, would it be safe to say that you guys got Junior and Maggie both?
I think Junior first, or at least Hattie would go for Junior first, because if Maggie's going to bed and she's tired and she probably needs it, that's what she's thinking. So I think Hattie's gonna kind of approach the door and knock and wait with the s'more in hand.
He would open it. Then he'd go with Hattie.
Yeah.
Hey, big brother.
I honestly think that Ginny would go. Not if she's asleep, I'm not going to wake her up. But just kind of peek in on Maggie.
Yeah. And would Maggie want to join if Ginny came and told her what was going on?
I think Maggie is still crying. I don't know what Ginny would do about that.
Ooh.
You don't know this, but we've been here already. You were just little. Maggie? I'm going to assume it wouldn't be apparent right away. Maggie, darling, we're all sitting around outside. Do you want to come join us?
Yeah. Yeah, I'll be down in a minute.
You all right?
Oh, yeah, fine.
Am I supposed to believe that?
I can if you want to. I'll
How
feed
about I
you
get you a
some
glass of
line-
water? What?
I'll feed you some line about grief coming in waves.
You know what else has waves? Water. I'll go get you a glass.
Yeah.
Thank you. I appreciate
Get her a
that.
glass of water.
We get Maggie fixed right up, and pretty soon the whole band, almost the whole band, is sitting around the campfire and eating some brand new s'mores. And Pappy, there's your radio from inside had been, somebody, tuned it to something. I don't know, whatever. Doesn't matter. A little bit of background noise as you guys are maybe going around. Maybe you're gonna share some. Maybe start even tossing some ideas around of. Can't hear me? That's crazy.
A few times.
I hear you.
I can now. For me, you cut out for a minute.
It was a little in and out. Sorry.
Okay. Sitting around, maybe you're sharing some stories of what you've been up to the last few years. Maybe you're even tossing some ideas around for this upcoming competition, anything like that. And in just a minute, the radio had been pretty quiet. I mean, it's getting late, and but pretty soon the radio cuts through. How did Hattie put it? Clear as crystal.
Well, hello again. If you're just now joining us, welcome to Hymns of the Holler. This is your host helping you to find just a little bit of peace in this maddening world. Yesterday morning I went out in my fields with a spade, and half a mind to fill all the infernal holes that had been popping up all over the soil. Figured I had groundhogs, but I got to the first burrow. A sweet old chipmunk popped his head over the side. And folks, when I saw his little face, I saw the light. I decided to let him be. After all, we've all got our hiding places, don't we? Some of us hide in a pew. Some of us hide in a farmhouse. This little fella was just a hiding in the earth. That's where peace is, folks. Somewhere dark and quiet and all our own. No one else's. So, here's a favorite of mine. Rock of ages, clash for me. Let me hide myself in thee. Let the water and the blood from the wounded side which flows be of sin a double cure. Save from wrath and make me pure. While I draw this fleeting breath, till my ashes close in death, when I soar to worlds unknown, see beyond the judgment throne. Rock of ages, cleft for me. Let me hide myself in thee.
This insane static kind of hits your eardrums as that radio show ends. It's past radio time. You're not sure why Hymns of the Holler would be on right now. And all of you get this feeling that for some of you is awful familiar, and for some of you ain't never felt it before. You don't feel green, you don't feel full, you don't feel God, you feel nothing. And that's where we're going to end session 1 of Hymns of the Holler.
Are you looking for something new? Something to expand your palate, specifically in the dessert section? Are you pretty fond of campfires? Hanging out with loved ones? Well, we got just the thing for you. And lucky for you, it only takes just a few ingredients. Marshmallows. Graham crackers. Go to the local convenience store and grab yourself a bar of chocolate. We have presented to you a new, as of 3 years ago, s'mores. There's no other brand name other than s'mores. They're called s'mores because we want s'mores. So be sure to grab you some ingredients, listen to some eerie music in your local radio, and eat you some s'mores.
S'mores the concept. Yeah.
Thank you so much for watching episode. Yeah, I'm teachers talking.
Okay.
Thank you so much for watching episode 1 of Hymns of the Holler. Appreciate you guys for watching. Whatever platform you found us on, whether it be YouTube, if you found us on some shorts, whether it be on YouTube Shorts, TikTok, whatever we post on. Thankful for you guys. Please give a like and a follow and subscribe and all that good stuff. And yeah, see you next time.